Okay, so if we look at your setup in terms of from face on here, both from the left and the right, you can see here on the left-hand side how the ball is a long way back in your stance, okay? We've got the club now leaning forward a lot more than we need to. If we look at this position here now, that club is kind of sort of straight up to the middle of you, just to the left of centre, which is where we'd expect it to. You've got the club sitting down nice and flat, and the club face is square. The angles I've got on here now showcase, they'll move around a little bit as the cam sort of wobbles, unfortunately. But as you come back to the golf ball here now, as you're striking this golf ball, with the club leaning forward, as it's got here, okay, the golf ball now is coming out to sort of 21 degrees there, as you can see, a lot lower, a lot flatter than your 45-degree wedge would expect to get. Whereas this one now, when the club's coming back to impact, as you come back, the club you'll see is a lot more vertical, okay, in terms of the club there. The golf ball now is flying off more towards sort of 28 degrees. Doesn't sound a lot, but 7 degrees is a lot more upwards. I mean, it's okay, it's 25, well, okay, it's 33% increase in terms of launch, which is going to give you a lot more stop on the green. And therefore, the ball will start reacting to how you expect it to react, rather than landing on the green and going to do across the back. And especially on holes where we don't want to go long at the third on the button or wherever it may be, if you're playing to that green and you're scared of it going too long, you're going to get a bit sort of just a little bit tentative.
Yeah, and then it gets short.
Exactly. Then you either miss hit it because you're sort of scared of hitting it, or you just come up short of the green and then you're sort of going chip, 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 and then 2 really good shots down within, say, 50 yards of the green have been wasted because you've just gone chip, 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 and then you sort of 3-putt, and you walk off with a 6 or a 7. What have I just done that for?
Yeah.
I hit 2 really good shots. I'm sort of laid back at a full 7 onto the green kind of thing. So we can just get yourself in a setup position. If I clear all these lines now, it's worth getting that club on the ground just to make sure we're getting ourselves set up in a better position. It's so easy to fall into habits where if the ball's going one way or t'other, we adjust our setup by aiming further left. So you can see the club face now is kind of square, but your feet now are kind of pointing over there. They're not sort of lined up square to target. So you're therefore having to pull your arms across the body. Hence why you can see your left, your arm sort of pulling across. There's no sort of twist with the body there. You'll see your left elbow sort of pulling away. The right side of your body's not really moving because you're used to aiming to the right and having sort of hit it kind of behind you, I guess. Yeah. Once you get the club face square and the ball doesn't start going to the left, so you're okay, I'm going to start trying to hoik it round here. I can now just start swinging it to target. So I think long term we're going to get more consistent. Okay, there's my target. I'm going to aim towards her. I'm going to swing the club towards her and hit the ball towards her. Not I'm going to aim roughly 30 yards over there, turn the club face 25 yards in, then pull the ball 10. Yeah. It's just too many things to try and work out and stuff. And when you get it right, as I said, you play great. But as you say, from the consistency standpoint,
that's it.
The ball's either going to come out very low or lower than you expect. So it's going to go further. Great for the long game, as we said. But when you're getting around the greens, and you said your difficulty at the moment is sort of 70 yards and closer.
And stopping it.
Because you just can't stop the golf ball. And even in the winter now, the ball's stopping quicker. If you're out in Portugal, is it Portugal you've been playing golf yet? Spain. The greens there will be a lot firmer and a lot less sort of spin, so the ball's going to run a lot more on them anyway. Exactly. And a lot of the greens could be raised, so if the ball's coming in flat and the greens raised, it's coming in flat, it's ding across the back of the green. Yeah. So then you're really going to struggle. So we can utilise the correct loft of 45 degrees and get it more towards in the sort of low 30s there. Yeah. That's going to give a chance for that ball to go up in the air and therefore come down and stop rather than going low and just sort of scuttling across the back of the green. Yeah. I'm with you. Never ending. Yeah. Okay. So just be careful of that setup. Hey, mirrors are a great help. Just stand there, look at the mirror, face that mirror direct, and there's the club in front of me, and there's the club square. As we said, use that marking on the green when it's the C3, or we've got C5, C3, or the little dot on the grip there. Just make things are all sort of lined up in front of you, and the club, as you said, will look a lot more open this way as opposed to sort of turn that toe down. Okay, so at the moment you probably can't get the club far enough this way to start with, and until you start in some shots sort of really weak out to the right, she's not open. Okay, because if she's still going left, the club face is still pointing left. As much as you may feel it's going way to the right now, well, the ball flight will tell you that.
Yeah. Okay.
Hockey make sense, yeah?
Okay, yeah.